Welcome back to what I hope is another exciting episode of Hearts of Iron 3 with Black Ice 9, playing as Italy. And I say I hope because, I hope they're all exciting to you, but I know some of them aren't. Not everything can be winners, because even if they were all winners, some would be more winners than others, and that's how they'd be judged. So not everything's a winner. But like I was saying, hopefully this will be, because I think we are getting very close to coming into the Second World War. I've just been sort of tweaking a few things. We would give them crude oil. No. We don't have enough crude oil. But money. Civil defense advance. Good. No, it's here. Okay, we want to stop that. And let's do supply organization. Organize supplying our troops. Is this getting the... Okay, this is getting a good division there to be able to back into there. Okay, I think we are as good as we're going to get down here. And right up at the border here with that. Hopefully with all that we'll make this guy go pretty quick. Yeah, 7.58 kilometers per hour, so we can hopefully gobble up lots of territory. And for North Africa, against whatever the French have down here, hopefully relatively hard hitting. It's, you know, not uber anything by any means. Is anything in it Italian? Okay, so let's just go for a day or two here. Okay, now pilot training. No, we're just at 38, but we are making other compromises here. Damage control systems or major phones for subs or bombing sites, the attack. Strategic. Now this is the one that's critical, but yeah, it looks like we're doing everything right here. Oh, rolling artillery barrages, that would be most excellent. Most excellent. More important than continuing nav pilot training. Okay, what do you want? We would give them crude oil. No, we are going up and down with needing crude oil. Soviet Union like money for rare materials. Okay, yeah, we will do that until we are at war with you. That sounds pretty good. Okay, well, I think we must honor the threat of... Okay, now move some headquarters up there. Let's move a few headquarters up there. Centaur. I thought that was an armored division. Well, I'm sure it was. An Arit and Lautaro were also armored divisions. Costanza. Division. So okay, well maybe those should have I given those to. Hard attack, no, not much. Armor piercing. Yeah, I should have given these to I thought they were all going to be infantry divisions because Centauro. Notice we do have this. I'm sure I'm butchering it. Sorry. Littorio. Okay, well, thing is we have that. Might take a while to catch up to them, but let's. And Arit is an armored, which is like I guess Ram, Centaur, and Littorio. I don't know what, if anything. But I see that's different than the Fentara Regenta. So I think I sort of spotted that. Those would be two divisions that would benefit, and I can use the division HQ somewhere else, give it to some fascist unit or something it's not going to waste. Down here, yeah, that could be a nice. So let's, well, let's send, well, I guess they're not being given to us by events. Do we want to create that as an armored division? I guess so. It's not terribly great, but we can always shift things around later on. So let's well, yes, let's send these guys down here. They move faster on their own. And these two up to here. Yes, to here. And let's send these guys up to here as well. And let's put these guys, though, we'll be swapping them over to a new divisional commander, but might as well get them there. Okay, but I think we're ready. I think we're ready to start the war, but let's just, again, I like to do this, save. Just save it. Just because I go, oops, I forgot I needed to hit this button. Whatever it may be. Sometimes that was mobilize. Okay, so expeditionary, sir, non-aggression, proclaim, buy, that trade. Okay, is there? I'm normally calling in my allies or not. I'm the faction leader. Sort of wondering why Germany hasn't actually called me in. Like when I'm playing as Britain, I'm playing as the faction leader. When I'm playing as Germany, well, I can wait a few days. It's not been that long since we joined up. No, we're not selling crude. We're stockpiling crude. Okay. Ooh, a bunch of stuff came in. Okay, well, that's all good. Another naval bomber. Good. Let's do that. Let's deploy those. No, not. Hit the wrong thing. This guy here. Okay, we want to come down. I think this is the one in Napoli. Yeah, that has 3 and 1. So that way, now we have a pretty strong force. Hopefully, if it, you know, comes into any sort of contact with British fleet forces, they will do well. Okay. Okay, we're filled up that air base. Okay, we got plenty of space back here. We'll create another 2 squadron group. Let's put it a little better. And of course, more pilots come available as the years goes on, or commanders, I should say. Looking for a good fighter type guy. Not bombers. Oh damn, all the way through and no good fighters. Okay, well, then we'll just come up here and we'll pick a generic guy here and assign him. Maybe he'll earn some fighter skills. Now, we've gotten through all of that. Now, okay, so got some more naval bombers coming. More fighters coming, which is good. We're allowing this, but this has already gone down from 15 down, where it started down to 11 as more forces come available. Well, I'm debating with myself whether I should do another armored division. So these maybe should be Centauro. Maybe I'll save the Centauro and Arete for these two divisions. Yeah, I think I'm just deciding to, because these are going to be pretty better divisions, I think. Yeah, I'm changing my mind on that. Well, let's move it up to there. By sending you to there. And we can still send you back somewhere else, because it's going to be, well, when are we going to get this? June and September, so that's quite a ways away. I'm hoping to defeat France by that time. I think I can maybe change that. Now, these, of course, came into the war early because of the Allies got them in. But Germany has not yet triggered. It's a little too early, so I don't know about, maybe that June is still closer. But do I do a motorized infantry division? Do I do another armored division? I know you can't talk to me, and it's going to be too late by the time you can. Do I do more just infantry divisions? Do I do an armored division with a full motorized infantry thing? Do I do some naval infantry for invasions? That could be good. Try it, because I'm thinking of taking Malta. I don't know how many units I'll be able to. These are still only 4,000 troops, so I normally like I do with paratroopers, do at least 2 brigades. That, because I don't know, it's been so long since I played regular Hearts of Iron 3, but their sort of design is to have this as a brigade, and most divisions have 3 brigades, you know, so 3,000 men or something. Depends on the country, of course, it varied, but do that. And so when they changed over, they sort of skipped a couple of these units for various reasons, but partially some of it was just like paratroopers. They didn't have a lot of support equipment then for them. Okay. Now fort attack is 22 and amphibious attack is negative 50 right now. Port attack is plus negative 58. Medium artillery negative 86 plus 34. So now, of course, that those variables have to be taken into account with here. So like 23 versus 13. So if any of you who do math better than me, please chime in below. I do think you're ultimately better to have something like these guys. Well, 23 versus, sometimes I do the pack artillery, 16. So I think it's better, let's just go with medium artillery to really hit it hard, because we're looking at a Malta-taking division right now. And not just a quick naval landing forth to some unfortified place somewhere that has some crappy garrison unit just stuck there. That's an entirely different beast, shall we say. We want engineers, because that will help with a fort attack considerably, and actually helps with the naval. Excuse me. Let's do a headquarters. Not helping so much, but it gives you combined arm bonuses. Now, okay, so 38 and 70, 28 and 70. That's 33 versus 28. What I think maybe I should do is add this. Yeah, see, that jumped all the way to 45. Yeah. Those special artists, those are really the real equalizer for Italy. Okay, I think that's what we're going to do. One of these. We're taking Malta. And now that we've done that, also got this to, whether to take Malta or because I don't have access to Germany to, Germany may not decide to do some of the stuff I like to do, like take out Cyprus with an airborne invasion, but sort of what I'm looking at to being able to do, or possibly Crete or some other places. And then mentioning that, yeah, let's build another para division. Are these? I don't know. Let's just do it. Well, para, second para. Airborne engineers and a divisional headquarters. So we got a second one of those. Again, not terribly expensive, but a long time to build. And so we've got that. That's good. Now, got lots of manpower, so let's just build some decent infantry divisions. Decent artillery, decent anti-tank, reconnaissance cavalry, engineers, horse transport, and divisional headquarters. Yes, straight old basic things. Get a couple of those built. We're in production. Oh, we already have the headquarters, so cancel those things. I'm not using the historical headquarters for these kind of units. Well, there may be a well, there's Decima X, which I believe is it's at but I think it's Decima 10 or something. Oh no, sorry, Decima X. That's right. Man, I'm Decima X because Decima is 10 in Latin, isn't it? So the 10th Decima X or something. I don't know if Pavlini wants to chime in if he watched any of this, could say that he knows that better than me by far. But and of course, most people, well, I was going to say lying to. Oh, wait a minute. Why do we have? Oh, no, that's what we want to do right there, just like that, because we have those other standard orders. Man, I was messing that up, wasn't I? I meant to click the headquarters unit, but I didn't. But that's what we want. When something has been decimated, they've decimated this. They decimated. They're not lying to you. They just don't know what they're talking about. Because I know it's popular culture, and that's the meaning of the word. It's like something's destroyed. They decimated them. Yeah, to decimate something? You know what? Maybe you all know. I don't know. Decimation was a thing, a specific thing, to be decimated. Basically, to be decimated, and there may be other meanings for it, but this is the only one that I know of, is when some what to be decimated is when a Roman legion basically ran away, deserted. Not or ran away from battle, not like deserted to go, join the other side or go home and no longer fight. No, just to like, oh my God, this is terrible. Let's run away. Now, I don't know all instances, I do, but if it was really, really that terrible and everybody should run away, well, then normally the leaders were saying, run away fast, or march to the rear, keep order formed, or whatever like that. But basically, so that was presumably the leaders would be telling you to go away, to retreat, to retire. But this is what I'm talking about, is when a legion would run away from an enemy without orders. And that's just basically it, to run away from the enemy without orders. They would round up, after the battle, after the thing, they'd round up all of the members of the legion that they could find. Get every last one of them, however, and then line them all up in a line or lines or whatever. And then start sort of at a random starting point and count 10. And when you get to the 10th person, pull them out of line. Go 10, the 10th person, every 10th person, pull them out of line, and then kill those 10% of the unit. So to decimate a unit is to kill 10%. So it was sort of like the idea was, and this only really, I think, came about after Roman legions were professional units, not when the early days when they were made up of the population. This was after they were, sort of professional soldiers. And so if you if the whole legion ran away in battle, or could be a century, which often I think was 80 men, but theoretically 100 men, 100 a century. Men or some subdivision could also be decimated. So if you run away in battle without your leader's approval, your centurion, guy in charge of a century or whatever, or your legio or whatever the different command statuses of a Roman legion, without their, saying run away everybody, but generally, of course, most leaders would be saying, keep ranks, retreat, kind of thing like that. But the idea is that if you broke because you're afraid of death, 10% of you were going to die. And so they were going to kill it, because they didn't want to kill off the whole legion, because that was, sort of counterproductive. Because you want to have the legions, and they're some of the elements of the legion is very much as they were very trained together, worked together, very well coordinated and interlocked. And one thing that it's been a few years now ago, but I sort of learned that I didn't understand, and I don't know if this is always the case, but again, this is like professional period and later. When you were signing up for like, 10 years or 25 years or whatever, and I think, so long-term service legions is why some of these units were fairly weak. And there were definitely times after they were professional legions, like during some of the Roman Civil War period, units were broken up and they were recombined. I definitely know that happened at times. But generally speaking, my understanding is they didn't recruit new people. So when they formed a legion, that was it. Those basically 5,000 men. That was it. And so as their 10-year period or whatever, and they would, so they, not that they wouldn't re-up after the 10 years, but like that 10-year period, they wouldn't send out replacements. So that unit slowly withers and dies over the time, because, it depends on how much combat, and people just get sick in the, in the classical world and die. Bad food, whatever. They didn't have tetanus shots, so, get cut on the wrong thing and get tetanus and die. So they would slowly die without being reinforced, which seems really odd to me, but it's part of this sort of unit cohesion element to a legion. And some of the reasons why it was so good. So you didn't want to destroy the unit entirely, but you wanted to not just beat them, not just, whatever. No, it's going to be, and they made sure it was random. So, you got everybody lined up, and then sort of start, within the first 10 or so people, or just somewhere down the line, randomly do the start. And then if there were 50 or 60 people, they bypassed the start. Of course, they just sort of wrap around. So no one, when they got in the line, no one would know. They couldn't, I want to make sure that I'm the 9th person. No, you wouldn't know. You could all get lined up. Maybe multiple ranks, but, they just sort of count. and so you wouldn't know and who would live or who would die. And I think basically those that killed the ones were the other legionnaires who didn't, get picked. So this was a bunch of people were going to die. So that's where decimation comes from. So when a unit is decimated, it loses 10% strength. Airplane radio communications. They can talk to each other. Yay! You're just better in this case because we already had that basic. Oh, now we can now do tank communications. Tanks can talk to each other. No longer have to, once we get this done, no longer have to wave flags at each other saying, hey, yeah, over here, over here, over here. Go that way, go that way. With little flags. Okay, well. I know I think I can just declare war on Britain or something, but I want to... oh, and again, I'm missing because there's a really good whole event string. I think of somewhere between 4 and 6 events. I remember. I don't remember which one, but I made it. But it was based off of what Pavolini gave me. Again, Pavolini has been a great support for my TRE Italy events, but it's he sent me some of the stuff, including translation of some of Mussolini's speech. And a video of him, the film of him speaking, declaring war on the Allies. So I did a bunch of freeze frames from the video of, the crowds and him speaking and cutting back and forth. So you sort of get the cinematic experience of it. I'm really kicking myself for not having in this game, because I did do that for that. Okay, let's look for... oh, yes, lots of things here. Okay, advanced education has advanced. 44, and we're stopping that. And we're going to come back over here. And we're going to grab medium velocity guns. Start researching those. And fire control systems advanced, or fire control system training has advanced. I think that just down here in the naval. Yes, good, good, good. But we want to improve our armor piercing capabilities. Yeah, I know too much history, and I'm not saying it in a bragging sort of way, because it keeps me wandering off topic to other things. Okay, there we go. So we've got that. Now we're going to let this one go because I want to get these combined arms fire support stuff improved. More so than just the training, so we're going to let that go. Oh, and we have another one here. It's already going. Maybe it was a one and done thing? Oh no, it's advanced education. Ups our amount of training, our amount of leadership. That's what it is. Dual purpose AA anti-tank guns. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, heavy anti-tank or anti-air will have better. Do I have any heavy AA? I don't even know if I have any of that. Of course I was going to do that until I'm thinking, I don't know that I've built any of that. Armored car designs, we have some of those. And we got all of these that are 40. I'm really sort of trying to focus on 40. 1940, got a bunch of these would be good. Yeah, well, we got small ship and have country flag, black ice, but transport hull, that, and marine activation. Marine activation requires amphibious warfare, which we could do. Underway replenishment, which to get this we have to do that, and then we have to, you know, get that. So that's a couple more steps. Yeah, nothing we can't do, but just where do we put our training and base and construction? I think which we'd have to do 2 levels of that, which isn't too big, but all of that combined is taking up a lot of leadership. But we could just come up here and do a new industrial zone. That'd be cool. And we have 0.28 improvement a little bit. Let's do radar for capital ships. I think that's more useful. See, that's sort of the, compared to what I'm playing with Germany, I'm, you know, got a lot more leadership to go. Yeah, we'll just, you know, plow through, get there, you know, do that. Okay, now let's grab him and him. Transfer all these over to that and get a good leader for them. See, are these Russian divisional, you know, commanders that served in Russia? That the reason they have cold weather, or is it just the Alps? Not sure. Oh, that looks good. Offensive-minded general there. Now, of course, it could come here now, and then now here. Some more, or just a few units get really messed up for having switching commanders. I want to move him to being a corps commander because of the supply improvements. There we go. And then finish shifting over everybody else. So most of these units don't get too big of a hit for changing commanders. Some do. Not all of them. So we do that now. There we go. Now we have this. Most of these cores are taken up with. We started out with just, well, there's a, okay, there's some slots there. So let's just, oh no, not you, you. To a nearby. There we go. And get ready for an attack upon a city. Not your preferred because we just have mixed support, not a full engineer, but they are being upgraded as you can see down there. Do better quality engineer. We'll no longer receive money for fuel. Okay. As long as we're still in the green there, I'm happy enough. Ah, okay. Good. That's why we have the 4th one there. Oh, no. R. Okay. Switch over 1. Oh, well. Doesn't have much skill. Maybe he's a bad general, but he's at least a combined arms guy, so we'll save him for Panzer outfit to really get that. Oh, a parachute. I'm not going to give a parachute. Almost for a city attack here, though. Wish they would save that for a more identifiable real general, but fortification, sure. We do have some forts along here. Do you have forts there? No. But they do. So let's come up here. It's attached to there. No, that didn't work out as well as I hoped. Oh no, they were all fresh, that's right. Just drop them there. That's why they're not well organized. Like I was saying, there is an event that allows Italy to join the war under the right conditions with the TRE. Doesn't force Italy to join the war, meaning a human player could go no, but it's set up to be a okay, so now we can do desert unit training. So we've been wanting to do that. So all these units got a little less desert attrition, which is very good, because we have deserts that we want to fight in. No, I think it's down here. Desert unit training. Now, I sort of would have given Italy this because of its Italian campaigns pre-World War I, that they would have some basic idea. Where Germany, you know, Germany's never been in a desert. Well, no, that's not quite true because you have Southwest Africa. But still, that's very small colonial experience that even before World War I, it was a very, huge graphical area, but very small outpost. But we've talked earlier about the Fourth Shore. You noticed on one of my recent video images, I used a pre-fascist sort of propaganda piece for the Fourth Shore that the Italians were doing. So they had spent a lot of time fighting in Libya, and on fairly significant scales, more so than just, a few hundred guys down here, and a lot of them ended up staying. There's, a lot of German colonials that are there to this day in Southwest Africa. So many of them didn't go back to Germany. So you have that, and so that I definitely agree that Germany is, sort of learning all this new. Where Britain, fought in the Sudan and Egypt for years, fought in Iraq and other sorts of places before the war. You have the whole T.E. Lawrence experience, and of course, if you watch the movie, there's Lawrence, but who was a master at it. But then you also notice there's other support desert guys, and then there's the whole Sinai campaign that's coming across here, British Army. So they should start out with a lot of desert experience, but Russia, not so much. Yeah, there's what they call deserts out here, but it's not quite the same. And so other nations, yes, need to do it. And again, France was messing around, Fort Zinderneuf and some of the other sort of stuff out here for quite some time. So it's not a new experience, deserts, to the French, to the British, to the Italians, to the Austro-Hungarian Empire, very new experience, So obviously it's broken up between Austria and Hungary, but whatever Germany inherited from Austria wouldn't be desert experience, and Hungary wouldn't have it, Romania wouldn't have it, So you can sort of see that there's a lot of countries out there that just wouldn't have it. Spain would, because it had the Army of Africa, and, Franco's army. And then this, the security police, and then the squads. We'll appease them. Nope, that's giving us needs to get a little. I see there. Like I say, I was hoping we were starting the war. I was ready to start the war. Okay, recon unit coordination events. That's one. Let's see where we're at. Current state right here. Yeah, we'll let all these go. It's 1940, 1940. So, because especially I like that attack movement, because that attack movement, to my understanding, is not for recon units. It's just for everybody. It goes that much faster. Your recon's faster, so you move, or your recon is better, so you move faster, more assuredly towards the enemy. No. How bad are we? No, metal doesn't. And that's just a little bit too. Take a long time to eat down those reserves. No, we're not giving you crude. You don't need money that bad, and no. Fighter ground control advance. Okay, that's our radar impact. So we have some of that. That'll help a little bit. Let's move it to a more critical type tech here, or doctrine. Here, that's again a bug. I think it will mess up getting improved. We do have those heavy anti-aircraft stuff, so that might be helped with. We don't have any of those yet. They've now reinforced this thing here, so I'm going to armor unit combined arms advanced. Okay. We're gonna let that stay. We're gonna save this again, and I'm just going to declare war. If I can. So you normally don't play as a sub-partner to a guess we're just gonna go conquer them, yay. Right now, okay, so we are at war with France as well. Armor units. I know I've got them there. Being overly optimistic here. Come on, times. You should want to go conquer Nice, Cannes, Toulon. You can have nice vacations. I'm sure you would want to do that. I know you don't want to like go conquer somewhere lost out in the desert, maybe, but going to be somewhat. Forward thinking here. Okay, we're going to kick out this. Just he's going to be an occupational type unit, and so is he. We're going to speed these guys up, and we don't need the extra manpower just to absorb attacks down here. Okay, a little bit quicker there. Oh, we can't go there. Can we go here? Okay, there we go. That has no infrastructure or something. I do remember that some sort of walls and stuff messing. It forces the. Now let's change that into the hills here. Go fast. Go fast. See how far we can get with all this. Start walking. Start walking there. Okay. Well, the British are back. I got that. Now they're moving in here. We're going to forestall their movement. And we're going to try to hit them hard and fast here. Well, let's come down here. This is where I think their first sort of attack is going somewhere. Oh, here. So they're attacking here. They're doing, for a single militia unit, they're doing okay. Okay, they're going to come in and attack here. Let's be optimistic in Georgia. These guys, who don't have much movement, are just going to support the attack. Not very fast either, but just a little bit more. Let's see if they can just be enough and support that. Okay, well, let's see if you guys can come into there. It looks like they're moving up there. We've got that. We're going to hold the other places there. We don't need those consumer goods. Great. Ah, okay. Let's see. Homefront. Wartime Measures event. Okay, we want to do that. Wartime Measures. Energy plus, revolt risk down, good. Consumer goods during wartime down, all that stuff's good. Yeah, we gained some dissent. Yeah. Okay, we want to do that. It's our time. What is that going to give us? 250 manpower. IC manpower till April 42. Yeah, we're going to do that. And let's do medium fleet. Normally don't do too much for that, so we're gonna leave some for flesh. Medium. I don't know, but we're gonna do this. I think. I don't want to completely decimate everything. Hopefully that gives me. Or is it in production queue? It's in production queue. Okay, I wanted all these boats and things. The torpedo boats, the motor torpedo boats, and the auxiliary vessels. And probably maybe should have taken a larger, I don't know, but that way these we'll have to start paying for these soon, but at least those will pop up and be able to invade somewhere with something. Okay, so we're doing a little bit of tax. Now here. Well, what I want to do is find this motorized unit. This semi-motorized unit that has some motorization elements. Those are pretty good. The light infantry, not the garrison now. Not the command structure. None of them are reinforced. Leave the fascists where they are. Okay, so these guys will come here, 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 here. I want to try to hit hard and fast. So let's see if we can. don't know against these desert rats. This may be a huge mistake. I am perfectly willing to admit that this may be a huge mistake, and that we should stay on the defensive, but I'm figuring right now is the time to try this. We have a, I'm sure compared to normally, a huge delay between attacks is sort of why I'm pushing deep here. Now, we don't have much Air Force down there, which is not necessarily a bad thing, just a thing. Let's start naval striking. Anybody out there? Strike 'em. Right now. You intercept anybody comes up after my we can also let you naval strike as well. Regular bombers can do that, just not. Big thing is they can't do it. They can't find things efficiently. That's what the different naval type bombers can do much better than regular stuff. Is find the enemy. Okay, now here, air intercept. Cover this sort of region. I think we have. Oh, we can't see that until they move. Damn. No, we can put these guys up. Come on. There we go. Go after the French air if they have any around here. Come on. Okay, well that's reasonably good. These guys make it to here. Okay, so we're going to do ground attacking in that area. We're going to do ground attacking in that area. Probably should have done them all on passive, but we're going to turn this over to passive, ground attacking that area. Oh, we're going way too fast. Way too fast. Be at war. Okay, supply production advance. Great. Get out of this air screen. Technology, industry, stop. Just don't need too many more men right now. I mean, I've got plenty. Airport capacities. I just don't want to spend the money. Yeah, these would be. Let's do assault weapons first. And what do we just get more? Oh, the auxiliary vessels. Okay. Well, let's leave them right there for the moment. Okay, good. We are fortunately doing well against the French. Much better than the historical Italians. These guys up here have both levels of fort, so I figure I'll surround them instead of attack them directly. How are we doing down here in... Okay, fair. So we'll add these guys to them. I just wanted to... There we go. That's good. Move one there. Good. Oh, we can go up one more. Especially since I'm going to pause a lot still. I guess we can look here at resources. But I thought I could just, like, if I had a bunch of good divisions and thought I could roll up these guys real easy, it makes sense to attack right now because of the supply limitations, because we're all cut off. If we attack, we're going to maybe not have supplies to come back. But one, we could take some supplies here, but two, as we conquer these, it just secures our rear area. So we're not facing a bunch of things like this. And once we can swing around, get these guys in, then we'll hit these guys in the rear. They're going into to attack nowhere. Good. We take their port, we cut them off. Okay, yes, we've lost there. Okay. Okay. We've got O'Connell out there in the desert. And these guys are, where are, come on, come on, come on, come on. There, are attacking, good. Attacking the 7th Armored Division. Most of those guys are on multi-province attack. Good. Okay, so they do have some garrisons up there, but I thought they would. Stab in the back. They have decided, because this is, I'll read it since this is directed directly at Italy. Leadership of Italy assured America that they were desirous of peace, but the government of Italy has now chosen to preserve what it terms its freedom of action, and the hand that held its dagger was stuck into the back of its neighbor. Some indeed still hold to the now obvious delusions that we of the United States can safely permit the United States to remain a lone island in the world dominated by force. Okay, so yeah, I gathered that some Italian diplomat or somebody said to the Americans, "Oh no, we're going to be neutral." Yeah, okay, they're attacking here. We've got a river that we're behind, so we're doing okay. And we've just pushed back the 7th Armored Division, and they're rolling into there. We've won all of our attacks. I hesitate to send even air power down to there because it's just going to use up more supplies. Okay, fast moving divisions being counterattacked. See you there. And they're getting more counterattacks. They're now striking deeper. Okay, which is something I started kind of worried about. Yes, reinforce our losses. Good, we've won here, it looks like. Against those heavy. And now we're going to go on the offensive here. Swing out. Ireland, what does Ireland want? We give them money for fuel. Okay. units. We're using a lot. Okay. Armored fighting vehicles, tracks, and suspension has improved. Well, good. That's... Where is that one? Oh, up here. So we've maxed that out. Good. That will allow us to do light armor design improvement. Good. We got a lot of light armor. Our industry can't produce much more. That really, but we're trying. We got some... Ah, well now here, okay, good. We can start doing divisional headquarters. We want to do that very badly. They haven't spotted those guys to attack them yet, it looks like. We want to sync or gauge everybody. Okay, there we go. Move, move, keep moving. Small arms advance, good. Bridging equipment, that's very useful. That's very useful. I need to speak more clearly so you can hear me. I know that, even I do. You guys get to march into the desert, come on. Bomb some of these guys. That's why you're out here. We'll put you out here too. Bomb them. Bomb all of them. If it floats, sink it. That's what the Italian... Okay, yeah, you guys get to keep attacking the ground out there. North Africa. You guys as well. Well, this is part of the Legion Italia. Okay, well, good. The Spanish Civil War, I believe, so a little bigger pattern area. There we go. Did you spot anybody? Okay, yeah. Well, this was the plan. You get to take that province. We're gonna hold the river. That's fine. We give them money for fuel. No, we still want to grow the money thingy. Okay. Yeah, I know you're beating us. You're beating our little group with your foreign legion there. But we're coming after you. Okay, we've won. So now these guys here, they're going to attack into here. Counterattack. And so are these guys. Okay, they're just shattering themselves on us. And we've won here, good. But now that they're no longer, we're going to at least attack the two provinces at once. Okay. Let's switch over to this. Gap. Let's mine the gap and come on through. Fast, fast, fast. You hit here and move up to there because we need some more support. Yeah, you hit towards the mountains. Alright. Yeah, much better, much improved. You get to come down to too long. Yeah, there you go. Ah, they've got another division here. Okay. Now, we still have these guys, so let's move these guys down here. They'll be a bit better. Let's move a couple of these fascist divisions through to here. Just a little bit more buffer. As you can see, we're moving into Tunis right there, Tunisia. Okay, airborne unit training, great. That is, no, that is here, 37. It's critical if we're going to do that operation to do it right. So we'll let that continue. Okay, we just had a major victory. Excellent. Here, we're good. Take quite a while getting there. They'll get there a little quicker. These guys are being bombed, yeah. And battle, being attacked by 2 units. Which is... Okay, let's give up. Retreat into there. Well, you should be attached to our headquarters. You are attached to headquarters, okay. Yeah, you just move into here. Get behind this river. Direct fire unit, combined arms. Yeah, that's another one we're gonna let go till at least the next year. Okay, you're going pretty well, good. I want to take that port away from these guys. Come on, find these guys. Bomb them. Bomb them. Find the units, whatever they are, and bomb the hell out of them, because I don't know if they're submarines, if they're transports. Romania, what would you like? We would give them money for fuel. No. Klein, maybe not a good idea, I don't know, but... Okay, you are going to attack up this way. Hit them from 2 provinces at once. Okay, cast armor construction, which allows now an advanced armor design. So we've gotten good enough at casting armor. Now, of course, the Italians never did. They were into riveted armor. Well, not that they wouldn't want better armor, but that's all they really had. And it takes a fair amount of industrial capability to do some of that. And Italy just didn't have it. Or didn't have it prepared or ready or whatever. These guys are mildly speedy, but they're crossing rivers, going into a mountain, so they're going to be slower. Hopefully these guys will be able to retreat in enough time and get organized and hold out behind this river better. They'll only be, if they're not moving forward, only attacked from 1 unit instead of 2. That was part of the thing. Let's look at terrain. Grenoble to Vimy? I don't know. Okay, you're just going to march right down here into Marseille and take the headquarters. You're going to try to move rapidly across the river and cut everybody off. That's the goal. We'll see how well we do. Okay, infiltration tactics. Does that gray that one out? No, over here. Yes. Okay, well, we're getting more options. Spearhead doctrine. Combat with sniper warfare. We'll do sniper warfare. I don't know if the Italians are really capable of that on any great scale. Okay, you're all moving forward. That's good. Okay, we'll accept that from the Soviet Union. And we've won the Battle of Djibouti even. Alright, well, great. Okay, well, they're just supporting the attack, so they won't follow up because they don't really want them to. Swing wide around them if you can. I know these guys may move in and block them, but yep, march up, march up. Support, be ready to defend against the counterattack. Okay, you guys also. I don't know if we must replace that. Let's see, where is that? Oh, okay. No, that's one of the provinces we were going to. Hey, you can have that one. We'll hold sort of something of a river line here. Okay, no, they are. Being attacked from multiple directions now. Good. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, stop the attack. That's not going to happen. That is against. But now we're going to defend better than, because we're not attacking stupidly. Okay, armor plate thickness. Yep, stop that. And did we win here? Okay. Okay, how long until we can? Oh, look at that. That's the reason why we've got to come down here and do this, because that will reduce it 3 more hours between attacks. Because what I want to do is attack here to cut their retreat off. Now, there should have. I thought there may have been 1 garrison type unit, not 2. I was hoping they would suck compared to some light infantry armored cars and that kind of stuff. They moved at least 1 garrison up there. Okay, yeah. Any good strikes on any of these naval vessels? Oh, come on. Find them, sink them. Maybe they're all submarines, but... Oh, there we go. Ooh. Warspite, Valiant, Malaya, Dorsetshire, which has been hit hard, and Warspite as well. And Exeter. Good. Well, there you go. That's what you should be doing. Making it difficult for the British to operate in the central Mediterranean. You move in there, maybe. You're going to be slow. Just over half a kilometer an hour, but don't know what speed they're all retreating at. Oh, good. Well, maybe not that great. You guys move up through the Caroline there. Oh, they're being hit hard, so okay. Good. What are they firing? Okay, 22nd Guards Brigade. Is that colony or something there? Okay, well, keep pressing them. Tie them up. Even if you don't do so well, just keep pushing. Push up into there. Oh, that's better. Look at all the... how much do we get for Nice? Oh, just 2 ICs, but whatever, adjusted by occupational rates, but we'll get a bit more once we're down here. And maybe we should stop, I don't know. Well, I think we're doing well. Yeah. Keep pushing. Push, push, push. Move forward. How long until you can attack? 35 hours. Okay, you can have some supplies. Yugoslavia. Not terribly disappointed in having to retreat these 2 militia units. And that's about it. Good. 4 hours and we get on the move again. Deep, move fast, deep, deep. Okay, let's see if we can hit these guys and come up there. I know we're hitting a larger stack, but I'm hoping they're sort of messed up. Now we have some air power over here, so I think maybe this is the time to use it. Can you hit there? Yes. Ground attack, passive. Good. Good. High level of 49. Oh, you should be up and flying around. Intercept. Okay. And don't I have here? Ground attack, passive. Good. Do I have any more? No, just those 2. These guys here. This is sort of a thing of an important attack, so let's add air power to it. You come in here and hold open that gap. You come in here and cut them off around the back. Okay. Mountain units. Now you come up here. You there we go. No, you want to move forward and you want to move forward. We have lost. Okay, you've lost your attack there. Okay, but you can attack there now. Oh, they're changing over British control. Oh, you can attack too. No, that's better. There we go. Overrun them, attack them down. Well, Germany, get on with it. I know it's only April, it's a little before the historic going after the Low Countries, but we're wrecking the French southern front. Though I do know you are tying up a lot of troops. I do know units. I do know you're doing that. Okay, well, you come here. You come here. Okay, everybody go forward. That's better. Militia forward, militia forward. I think we've captured some provinces which allow us to have more leadership. No, ground attack, passive, yes. Ground attack, passive, yes. Don't mess with the... Oh, they've got anti-aircraft, that's why they're not... Oh, well, you're jumping in on the attack on the HMS Exeter. Well, good for you, good for you. Teach them Brits to not send their ships into our sea. Mare Nostrum. Greece. We give them money for fuel. No, thank you. How close are you get? Oh, you're almost there, and you're almost there. Good. They're building up more and more units as they retreat. You want to overrun or attack or keep them off balance. Oh, they're going slow, but they're going. These guys are just moving, but no point in not getting them up there to hold the line, as it were. Okay, you guys are coming up to help there, good. No. Okay, you come up there. Yeah, there we go. Punch in deep, get some resources. can't attack. Move to a province that there is no enemy at. Yeah, so we also got... Okay, see, here we go. 5 ICs. Nice. Obviously, they're under occupational duties, but... Or, you know, conditions, so it's not 100% everything of that, but good. Okay, low popularity has happened to us. Wow. Okay, not good. Expand our synthetic industry, no. No. Food rationing, which gives us supplies. We have enough supplies, so no. We will lose the descent. Oh, this is what I've been waiting for. Okay, okay, so now we are still just at 40%. Illegal printing, territorial pride. Additional revolt risk, daily descent. Let's do this one. Okay, Italian supply unit or depots in the AOI. I forget exactly what that stands for down here. So we do this. We get 20,000 supplies in Addis Ababa. That's one of the reasons why I've made sure that got a mountain unit, the fascist, as well as the main headquarters sort of there. Or one of them. There's another one up there, of course. Holding there, or Via Victus. I don't know what that exactly means. Yes, we want to do that. So that we will continue. That represents just the ability that the Italians would have had to stockpile supplies before the opening of the war. Well, now that they're moving, we're going to hit them because they're no longer going to be so heavily entrenched. Not that we couldn't have taken them before, but just... And they are already retreating out, so good. Which is sort of smart of them, of course, but... Humans and AI don't always do the smartest thing. Let's see if we can outrun some of these guys, get past their forts before they can dig in. Win fast, because that's the goal, is to get here and secure supply routes, and then once the supply routes are secure, then send back in good divisions into you know, Eritrea, Somalia, Ethiopia to kick the British back out. But I would much prefer to do that than have to, you know, invade from the coast. Much rather to do this. Okay, you guys come up to there. Turkey, what do they want? We'll give them money for rare materials. How much money do we have? Okay. Scrap metal. We don't need metal right now, so. But we very well may need to do some of these drives for fuel or something that I don't have to do for Germany, but we will see. Okay. Oh good, we've won the Battle of Tunis. Let's get there. Get whatever rare materials they have. That's not very much. metal. But hey, better than none, and it denies it to the enemy. And they may not be very hard up for it, but still. It's the principle of warfare. Partisan suppression. Yeah, that's fairly worthy. We're going to hopefully be able to occupy some places. Germany. We would give them money for 15 metal. Yeah, okay. Oh good, we're winning there. You guys just move forward. You stop advancing. So we attack from 2 provinces. You guys can move forward. Support that attack. From the rear, cut them off, kill them. Coal, we don't need that either at the moment, so no thank you. Well, on that note of coal, you can see we're doing very well here. That's obviously just a matter of occupation there. Oh, we should see about coming in here. That would be nice. And we've got Djibouti already, and we're pushing on reasonably good here. And we're holding out everywhere else pretty well. And we're, of course, so far doing... Oh, we got to keep all you guys moving forward. 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 I mean, obviously you're going to move forward than that, but that for now. And we're doing pretty well in North Africa as we're against the British, so that's doing great. So, doing very well. I'm very pleased to get to the actual war, so I hope everybody's enjoying this. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. You can also hit the little bell button, which will give you notification when new things are posted, so you can watch them quicker, faster, more. And please post questions, comments, suggestions, ideas, corrections, whatever. Love hearing from you. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.